Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again. This time it's the start of the season. It's a fresh new season. I know technically this is our second friendly of the season, but it's the first proper one with the proper first team. We're on tour in the USA with the proper first team. We're on tour in the USA with the which is basically why we're live at a weird time. So the game against Newcastle today is 12 o'clock midnight in the UK. Apparently it's in Philadelphia, so actually that's 7 o'clock for them. I think they could have done it earlier, knowing the majority of the people watching will be from the UK, but I mean they don't really care. Hello, Lord of the Mings, what a name. We're back up the Villa. That I gotta say, that is probably one of the best names I've seen. He says we're back up the Villa. It's Kurs before the stream today also made a comment, and also Big T as he go. Oh, he's trying to troll me. He says up the Newcastle United. Hey, doing Miguel. This is hi, Jess. I do remember you. He said I don't think you remember me, but anyway, it's nice to see you again. I do. Trust me, man. I remember a lot of the people who view me. I hope we're all doing good. We'll go through the lineup. We'll go through everything. Transfer news. I have made I can't even talk. I've made a lot of videos recently talking about transfer news with Aston Villa. You can follow me on TikTok, but I think we talk about anything on YouTube anyway. But we have signed Moussa Diaby. We signed T. Demons a while back, and Pau Torres not too long ago. 71 million in total between Pau Torres. No, it's 81 actually. 81 million euros between Pau Torres and Moussa Diaby, with two signings in a short period of time. A lot of money being spent. Hopefully the investment will be worth it. Even if it doesn't work out, right? You've got to say the board have really trusted in Unai Emery, which is great. It's perfect. What does up mean? Up is positive, Big T. Up is positive. So if you like up the Villa, all right, it's positive. You're bigging them up, you know. I was Fresh Killer. I love the name. I love the name change. Miguel says, good to hear that. You've been watching the Leagues Cup. Hearing the whole tenders in the... Oh, it's so nice, isn't it? Watching the Leagues Cup. Are you on about the MLS ones? The ones I've included on screen. I just try to fill in, because I know some people watching will... if I get any US audience, I've put like some of the other games on right now. There's not many games on TV, or well, even around the world that are playing, obviously, at this time. So I've just put the MLS Cup games on, like Nashville, Columbus, Cincinnati. There is a game later on, which I think the stream will have ended by, but I wanted to just have it on there anyway. AC Milan versus Real Madrid, which would be a quite nice friendly for the neutral. It's a good tournament, but referees are really favouring the US over Mexico. Well, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised, mate, to be honest. Yeah. They will favour them because it looks bad when they lose to sides in Mexico. But yeah, we'll go through the lineup for today. You can see it on screen, but I'll also go over Newcastle United as well. Just bear with me. Oh, my phone doesn't like the fact that this game's technically tomorrow, so it's actually really difficult to get a lineup. Like, at least of Newcastle anyway. Alright, there we go. I found it. So, Aston Villa, as we know, Emi Martinez, Matty Cash, Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings, Luca Digne is the back four. Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, Kamara, and Philogene Bidace make up the midfield four. So it's going to be a 4-4-2 with Emi Buendia as a shadow striker behind Ollie Watkins. Newcastle, I'm not sure of the formation. All I have is a list, so you got to bear with me. And they've put it in alphabetical. Dubravka's the goalkeeper. And we'll try and work out their back four. Paul Dummett. Bloody hell. Shah. Matt Target, obviously a former Aston Villa. Kieran Trippier. And I think... No, Elliot Anderson's a midfielder, I think. Anderson, Almiron, Bruno Guimaraes, Jacob Murphy, and Tonali. That's a midfield of 5, no? With Alexander Isak. Unless, well, we're gonna have to wait and see how Newcastle line up actually with their formation. But that looked like a midfield 5. I've missed some comments. It's a good tournament. No, I read that one. Someone tried to break in my house earlier. Yeah. And I shouted out the window and they ran off. Oh, Jesus, very scary. Very scary. I hope you're all right. Miguel says, love the new Villa home kit. Really hate. Well, the sponsor's a bit horrible. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I don't like that. I think the kit's grown on me a little bit. I don't mind it too much. I don't like the line. There's a line like here. I need to order the kit actually. There's still no away kit for some reason. That hasn't been announced yet. Lord of the Ming says, I love the training kit. I do. It's unreal. The training kit's, that is nice. And the goalkeeping kit is nice. Like the black and green. I think that's absolutely lovely. I really do enjoy that. That's very nice. There's a lot of goalkeeping kits we've had over the years that are not very nice. The players are coming out in the new strip. Lots of NFL promotion. I think this is played at the home stadium of the Philadelphia Eagles. If I'm not mistaken, especially seeing the stuff in the background, I'm almost certain. Tyrone Mings, his 6th season now at Aston Villa. Very long time. One of the longest standing players for Villa. Long may that continue. I think he's grown so well with this squad. I think he's kept up with the standard of players that we've got. Something I did discuss kind of when we bought Pau Torres. We actually have 4 centre-backs now. With Diego Carlos, Ezri Konsa, Tyrone Mings. And obviously the new man Pau Torres. So I don't really know who is going to be the main 2 centre-backs. You would presume it would be Tyrone and Pau, but who knows? Maybe Europe will see 2 of the centre-backs start mainly for the Conference League and 2 start for the Premier League. I think that's going to be the idea, but I'm not too sure. Lord of the Ming says, cheers, mate. Everyone in the house. I'm glad to hear that, man. Miguel says, Castore has been doing great this season. You should take a look on the new Leverkusen kits. We get screwed over, mate. Our kits, for some reason, we get massively screwed over, and I don't know why. Like, it's not just Castore. It seems to be every kit manufacturer that we've had recently, other than the Loot kit of a few years ago. I think that was, 5 years ago now? The kits that we've had, other manufacturers have done so much more, and I don't understand. They've looked so much nicer with other teams. A brief note as well on the first team. The biggest change for me is seeing Philogene Bidace in the squad. Not just on the bench, but actually playing alongside our entire, what I would call our first team. I think that's very interesting. On the bench for Villa, Cameron Archer. I'd love to see him play a lot during the not only the friendlies, but the first team, really. Callum Chambers, Diego Carlos, Kellyman, Marshall. So we've got some of the academy players as well. So Philip Marshall, the 20-year-old Polish goalkeeper. Robin Olsen, unfortunately. Aaron Ramsey, Sebastian Revan, Tielemans, Pau Torres, and Caden Young. 17-year-old Caden Young. I hope Diaby doesn't end up the same way Bailey did. Well, my worry is Leon Bailey came from Leverkusen after having a great season, and he didn't really do very well here. And now we've just signed Diaby, who's had a great season also at Leverkusen. So, yeah. If we get 2 of their players and they both don't do well here, they have properly ripped us off. I'm not concerned about Diaby struggling. When we signed Bailey, there was, like a few eyebrows raised from the world. But the fact that we bought Diaby, everyone is, one, noticing what we're doing. And 2, he was wanted by a lot of teams. Al Nassr wanted to buy him. And we managed to somehow push Al Nassr away. I have no idea how we managed to do that. Al Nassr are a massive team in Saudi Arabia. I'm just in complete shock how we clawed him away from them with the money they've got. I think they could offer like double the wages we could. So I am surprised. Newcastle in the Champions League this season. First time in a very long time, in well over 20 years since they've been in the competition. I wonder how well they're going to do, because a bit like us, when you're in Europe It might be difficult. Oh, we're getting the lineup of the team. So I got the back four of Newcastle correct with Target, Dummett, Shah and Trippier. Anderson, Guimaraes and Tonali is midfield. And they're playing a one up front. So it's like well, I guess the 5-man midfield. I thought they were possibly going to have a two up front with Murphy and Isak. But Murphy's left wing. Isak is up front. And Almiron is on the right wing. I thought Murphy might do like the Buendia role. Play as like a shadow. Sky reckon that we're doing a 4-4-1-1 with John McGinn as the shadow, but I know that McGinn likes to play out wide. But we do have Philogene Bidet, so maybe Sky are correct with this, because Philogene is a wide man. I reckon it could be Philogene on the left, McGinn on the right, and Buendia as the shadow, but that's, we're going to have to wait and see. Are you doing Dean Rickett? He says, I think both will link up well. Yeah, we got to be positive, we got to be positive. It's nice to have wingers. I remember when Dean Smith, I love Dino, but he didn't have a great track record with wingers. And then when Gerrard came in, Gerrard decided to get rid of all the wingers. Like El Ghazi went, Bertrand Traore was sent out to Turkey on loan. We had to kind of get wingers back again, which is awkward. Gerrard even tried to play like Bailey as a striker, which is not where he plays as. Would you prefer Adidas or Nike to make the Villa kits, but only get teamwear or stay with Castore? Well, see, Adidas and Nike, they are great manufacturers, but sometimes they just don't really... you can tell the teams they care about and the teams they don't. Because some teams get more of a favourable kit than others. Maybe I'm just looking way too much into it, but it feels that way. Oh, Sky are correct. John McGinn is the shadow behind Ollie Watkins. I'm very surprised with that, considering Emi Buendia played most of the season in the 4-4-2 as a shadow striker. This is why we do friendlies, so we get to try things out, But John McGinn as the shadow is interesting. Early chance for Newcastle, and the shot is a simple save across the floor for Emi Martinez. A bit of a scuff. From Matt Target, of all players, by the way. I haven't seen you in like a year, and you still the same. My head don't change, bro. I'm very a lot about me doesn't change in a year, to be honest. I'm very simple. We are underway in Philadelphia. Villa playing out from the back. It's kind of suiting Newcastle's high press. This is what we're going to see for most of the season when we play a good team. They're going to come on us straight away. And we're going to have to be very intelligent with our passes. Not make, don't give the ball away very cheaply. And just believe in one another. Lovely ball to John McGinn. He tries to wrestle. McGinn, he's done brilliantly. McGinn's in the box, lays it off. Ollie Watkins just can't keep the ball under control. And out of nowhere, John McGinn bursted forward and Villa had a big chance. Wow, that took me completely off guard. I did not expect that ball to go, not only to find McGinn, but the fact he managed to keep up with Paul Dummett and wrestle him. That was quite impressive. Sorry, I've missed some comments again. I think Archie really needs a good run at first team football, says Dean. This season really don't want to lose him, as he'll be an awesome player in the future. I think Cameron Archer has an incredible future ahead of him at Villa. Not just at Villa, but at England level, I think the sky's the limit. He's one of the most complete forwards I've ever seen. This is someone he's strong, he's fast, he's good in the air, he's got everything to his game, he's clever. He's a very clever striker. I remember in the pre-season, he did brilliantly. I think he scored more goals than Watkins and Ings combined in little time, like on the pitch. I think he's just a phenomenal player. Done so well on loan at Middlesbrough. Top player. Miguel, I actually have a Mexican kit, believe it or not. My dad loves going to Mexico, and I got him to buy me a shirt. I could get it on stream. I'll pick it out later. I'll show you. Early chance with Isak. Ball came into. I gotta say, Isak's such a nice player to watch. By the way, Great signing for Newcastle when they brought him in. I know he got injured for a while, but if he can stay fit, he's just an unreal player. Eventually, Newcastle's cross goes wayward, and Villa get a goal kick. But that early ball into Isak caused problems. It was a good block from Tyrone Mings. Nearly got caught out there. Hope it's not a Club America. Unfortunately, it's not. It is a. I'm gonna butcher the name. Give me a second. Club Universidad Nacional. That's the shirt I have. It's a really cool badge. I love the badge. It's like a lion. I love it. Newcastle's turn to play out from the back. Shah goes forward. Good pick out. Tonali. I still can't believe they've got Tonali, by the way. Ball over the top. The offside flag has gone up on Alexander Isak. And he can't pull the trigger. Harrison says Chelsea. What are you watching on? It's on Sky Sports, mate. It's on the, I believe, just the main event. How you doing, Jamza? What's good? I've been watching your highlight videos, man. I gotta say, you're very quick on some of the. I remember that it was the Arsenal Man United, like the friendly, and straight away you make I have no idea how you managed to edit and upload that video so fast. Your work ethic is crazy, man. Yeah, keep it going. Dean says, unsure how much more Archer needs to do to get in the first team. Well, my idea last year was to send him out on loan just once more, just to make sure, because he went out on loan to Preston North End and did brilliantly. And I thought I wanted him to start, but just to make sure, give him one more loan, and then we'll see. But I think, yeah, he's proven to everyone now. Yeah, especially with like the England, like the youth level, the team that won the Euros. I think he did so well. Same with Jacob Ramsey. I was very pleased. We've got a lot of young talent at England. I think this country will be fine for years to come. Opinion on the Chelsea yesterday. I saw a clip of Mudryk with the afterburners. He's got more pace than I thought. I'll give him that. Yeah, it is a Pumas kit, yeah. Also, what have I missed? Is it made by Nike? I can't remember, to be honest. Like I said, I'll get it out on shirt. Is Emi Buendia. Buendia into Ollie Watkins. Chance! Ollie Watkins has scored. 1-0 Aston Villa. Lovely slotted finish from the main man again. What a season he had last year, and he's continuing. I can't even get my words out. He's continuing it again this season. He scored a penalty against Walsall in the first friendly, and he slots it away for Aston Villa in the. Well, I'm going to call it the first official friendly because it's the actual first, like the proper first team. Lovely run from Emi Buendia, holds the ball up brilliantly. Side foot pass to Watkins, and he toe pokes the ball past Martin Dubravka. Questionable Newcastle defending. Oh, it's gone through the legs of Dubravka as well with Tonali on the line. Newcastle ripped to pieces there. 1-0. I also, you guys didn't tell me, I got the... I didn't actually hide my overlay. To be fair, it's not up to you guys to tell me, but I forgot. There it is. And I'm just going to change the score. I love how Harry joins and Newcastle fall to pieces straight away. Mark Grundy, how you doing, mate? He says, unless we sign another striker, we've got to keep hold of Archer. What happens if Watkins gets injured or loses form? Not only that, by the way, we need to have homegrown players. Like every team in the Premier League has to have a certain amount of homegrown players. I think, is it 5 or 8? I can't remember. It might be 8 and we have 5. But regardless, we need players basically from this country as a minimum. So Archer, just on that alone, probably needs to be in the squad. Same with Philogene Bidace. I just wonder how we're gonna, make sure we follow that rule, because it's something that I've seen discussed on many Villa forums, on Twitter, on Facebook. We have to abide by every rule. So yeah, Harry said, I've waited for this piss castle downfall, Bismillah. Brighton with a new South American gem every day. I'm sick of Brighton. I'm sick of Brighton, you know. Oh, lovely long ball. There's an early chance with Miguel Almiron. It's a big chance for Newcastle. Almiron slots it back. Terrible miss. Oh my goodness me. Who was that? It was a lovely ball into the box and the finish was awful. I probably should get the lineup on my phone so I'm not guessing. That was shocking. That was an absolutely woeful attempt. I believe that was Anderson for Newcastle. Literally on the 6-yard box, he went for a side foot finish, and well, that would have gone for a throw in if it wasn't intercepted. That was absolutely terrible. Digne for Villa. Interesting that Digne is playing. I know, obviously, I think is Moreno. Does Moreno have an injury problem? I think Moreno has a problem right now, which is why Digne is playing. Obviously, Ashley Young wasn't given a new contract, so it's Matty Cash at right back right now. But we do need a fullback because we only have one right back in the squad. So we definitely need players. How you doing, Stealth? He says, hi, AJ, how are we playing? So far, so good. We took our chance, which is, pre-Unai Emery days. That was very rare. But since the King Unai has come in, we seem to be way more efficient. And our finishing, I don't know how one manager makes so much of a difference. Ollie Watkins, the most composed man on the planet. Yeah, I have like a 20-second delay. I'm just going to make sure that I am the most up-to-date as I can, but it is delayed, unfortunately. Villa seem to be looking good, says Dean. Like they have a good future ahead of them. Some great youth players. I think our academy is top class. The problem with Villa is for years we've just underutilised it, you know? Lovely strength in McGinn. He holds off Tonali. Louise, lovely ball in. Chance for Aston Villa. Oh, what a goal! Emi Buendia, left-footed shot at the near post. Newcastle are falling to pieces inside 10 minutes. What a goal, Buendia. He's had an incredible start to this game. For the first goal, he made an incredible run, slotted it through to Ollie Watkins, and then this goal, step over, absolute rocket of a finish inside the near post. All that, by the way, from John McGinn holding the ball up and muscling Tonali. So all the money you want for Tonali from AC Milan, he still can't shove John McGinn. Make of that what you will. Lovely feat from Buendia. By the way, a lot of Villa fans are not convinced of Emi Buendia, but that's what he can offer you. He looks very sharp today. 10 gone. Newcastle with a nightmare. I know it's a friendly. I know it doesn't mean a lot, but some of these Newcastle defenders, I mean, they've got to be on their last legs in terms of contract, because there's no way Paul Dummett or Shaw, or even, look, I'm going to say it, surely Matt Targett will eventually be replaced, because where Newcastle want to be, they're just not good enough. They're just not good enough. This is shocking from Newcastle. Absolutely terrible. But yeah, it is a friendly. I'm not going to look too much into it. It's just funny because, these are the players that are going to have to play Tuesday night football in the Champions League. AJ, you are 1 minute delayed. How am I 1 minute delayed? I'm not 1 minute delayed. I'm like 30 seconds delayed. I creamed over us beating Stoke 3-0, so I can't mock it. Fair enough. I didn't expect us to be 2-0. Well, not only didn't I expect us to be 2-0, I actually didn't expect Emi Buendia to score. He only scored, I think, 4 goals last year. So, yeah, I'm very surprised. I remember the brilliant goal he scored against Everton. I can't think of... I think he got like... I think he scored 2 headers. And I know there was like a near post goal against Everton he scored at Goodison Park. I just can't think of anything other than that. But straight away, McGinn and Buendia. Love that. Buendia again. Buendia into Philogene Bidet's chance of Villa. Watkins. Oh, He's like a foot away from making it 3-0. Newcastle, what is going on? Emi Buendia rips open Newcastle's backline, plays it to Philogene Bidace. He squares the ball for Ollie Watkins. It takes the slightest of deflections to take it away from Watkins, who's sliding in. To be fair, if that deflection doesn't come in off Paul Dummett, it's 3-0. That is such a good ball from Philogene. And Villa do get the corner, obviously. How good was Harry Wilson's goal earlier? How good was Harry Wilson's goal earlier? Learnt that at Derby. Oh, I didn't watch it, actually. I will. I'll probably watch it on stream at halftime. Emi Buendia in the box. Oh, he's saucing. Oh, God, Emi Buendia. What is going on with him? His confidence is proper flowing. Taking on like 2 or 3 players. Gets the ball out wide and Villa get a corner. Doing quite well, stayed at 5th. How you doing, Harry? Another Harry. We've got 2 Harrys. We are doing very well. This has been a great start to the game. Newcastle. I know this is Newcastle's like sub team almost with their backline, other than Trippier, but they are getting absolutely ripped to pieces. Jams has said, I reckon you get top 4. In my opinion, you are the team to watch this season. We'll see. I think because we're playing in Europe, you got to remember that's a lot of games, and that is my worry that we are going to run out of steam. I do think though that we could do very well next season. It's actually very hard to predict what we're going to do. I have no idea. I still need to make a season prediction video. And I've been delaying it because I really don't know where to put us. Because, like, I want to say top 7. I could even say, like, squeeze us into the top 6, top 5. But I just think Europe will have a toll, I think, on us. And if I'm going to be, like, properly realistic, I think maybe 8th. As we'll probably focus on the Conference League. But I don't know. Am I being harsh? Am I being too harsh on the Villa? Am I not like expecting enough? But like if I say top 6, am I expecting too much? I really don't know. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people bigging this up. How you doing, Paper Wings? The Game Cap, by the way. I completely missed your comment. I'm sorry. It says we're going to win the league. Well, we play like this every game. You never know. Is Diaby still in England? Oh, chance for Villa with Philogene Bidace. Goes for goal! That far. That far from 3. Oh my goodness me. He's so talented. He's so talented, man. Oh, that's terrible from Newcastle. They give the ball away so sloppy. Oh my goodness me, it's so close to 3-0. That is unreal. It was Paul Dummett trying to find Matt Target with a pass, and Philogene managed to win the ball back. Oh, it took a deflection. It would have probably gone in if it didn't actually take a deflection on its way through. Bloody hell. Well, Newcastle needs to wake up because this could be a cricket score. Corner comes in. That's a poor corner from Louise. Long shot is wide by Matty Cash. He goes for the volley. Which, I mean, 1 in 1,000 of those will go in. Villa getting carried by the Chelsea match. Should we keep some of the youngsters in the team? Oh, 100%. 100% Harry. There's no doubt. I would have, at least in the squad, Archer, Philogene, and Aaron Ramsey. I think that would be perfect. You can send the others out on loan. I know... who's already gone? Was it the right wing back? What's his name? Oh my god, I'm very tired. Kessler. Kessler's gone, I think. And probably Finn Azaz will probably go on loan again if he hasn't already. I don't think he's gone yet. But I'd have those 3. I'd have those 3. If you'll probably be playing their proper team. We've got, I mean, they do have Trippier, Tonali, Bruno, Almiron, Isak, and Murphy. So, like, Newcastle fans like George, right, will say this is their second team, but it's only their defence that is, that has proper changes. Other than that, their whole attack is still them. And I've seen nothing from them so far. Long ball play forward. That's a really good pick out if Digne had legs, which unfortunately he doesn't. And Newcastle get to play out the back. So actually a really nice ball roll from Kieran Trippier. Some might need to go out on loan to Prem Club. I mean, I wouldn't do that because you don't want to make other Prem teams better. Unless it's like Luton. Then maybe. I did cover it in my video yesterday. Marvelous Nakamba has actually permanently signed with Luton, which I'm a little bit sad about because I love Marv, and now our already bare squad is a bit more bare, so I'm a little bit concerned. I think Marv could have offered something in the Conference League at the very least. I'm not surprised Luton wanted to buy him. I think he really helped them get promoted. I think I'd even go as far as to say, without Marvelous, I don't think they would have gone up. So I'm not surprised they wanted to buy him. I'd send, if you wanted to send a player out on loan in the Premier League, I'd only allow it to Luton. Harry FC nails it on the head. Why didn't we keep Young? I have no idea. And I'm even more upset about that because Ashley Young wanted to play. He wanted to play for us in Europe. He even made a tweet about it when we qualified. He said it rolled back the years almost because he last played in Europe in 2009 when he was last with us. He literally played in Europe with Villa the last time we were actually in Europe. So I was actually quite sad that we didn't offer him a new deal, even if it's just 1 year. Maybe I'm a little bit biased. I would have given Young Player of the Season last year, simply based on the fact that he played a lot more games than we expected him to, and he still performed. He was signed on a year extension to be backup, and he ended up playing a lot of the season. And there were some games he was just absolutely flawless. At like 37, 38 years of age. Someone who studied as a winger, played as a winger most of his career, now because of, his age, he decided to drop back into defence. And he was incredible. So I'm sad. I'm happy that he's got another Premier League club with Everton. I think he'll do so well at Everton, by the way. I think Everton have signed such a good player. I'm very envious. That's a good signing for them. I think Sean Dyche has seen what he can do. Silver clear of that pension. Oh, Harry, you did actually say something. I didn't see it. He said you should have seen a team yesterday. 70% of it is new. For sure, can't understand why we couldn't keep him for one more season. Harry FC says, now we got Europe, why don't we keep him? I don't know. I just hope the club actually has a plan in place. Which, I mean, I trust them because we've already signed 3 brilliant players. It's a lot of money, though. Diaby for 50 mil. Oh, we've lost the ball, but the referee has blown the whistle, thankfully. And Bruno Guimaraes is not happy with that decision. But yeah. I know Tielemans was for free, but Pau Torres was 31 million euros. And Diaby was 50. You do wonder if that's Leon Bailey completely sidelined. You do wonder because Diaby was replaced by, Bailey was replaced by Diaby, and then they sold him to us, and now Diaby's come to Villa. So will Diaby replace Bailey again? He is a serial hater of Leon Bailey. Like something funny is going on when he just won't leave him alone. Wants to go. Harvey Barnes, shame. Look, I like Harvey Barnes. I don't think he'd come here because he played for West Brom. Maybe I'm looking too much into that and he doesn't give like a damn, but I just think he's a top player. But the Baggies fans still love Harvey Barnes, and they wouldn't be too happy if he went for them. Diaby's a better player than Barnes as well. I will say that. Bringing Diaby could help Bailey. Maybe. We'll have to see. I know we played Bailey on either wing as well. Oh, the players are having a cooling break because apparently it's 86 Fahrenheit over there. I don't know what that is. I'll ask my Alexa. Alexa, what is 86 Fahrenheit in Celsius? Oh, that's not too bad. I know the players. How you doing, Harvey? What a name. Yo, what's good? Harry says we need squad depth. Yeah, I mean, every Villa fan will agree with you there. How much is Diaby was 50 million euros. That's our record signing. We've never paid that much. They're just showing the goal, the first goal, which I didn't realise actually came directly from. It went from Emi Martinez to John McGinn, who muscled Tonali. Was it? Did he muscle Tonali in the? Oh no, it's the second goal he muscled Tonali. McGinn held the ball up into Buendia and Buendia into Watkins, and then the second goal was John McGinn muscling Tonali into Buendia, and he finished inside the near post. Very good. I gotta say, paper midfield from Newcastle and very sloppy defensively. 24 minutes gone. Villa 0. Sorry, Newcastle 0. Villa 2. Very happy. I'm very pleased with this start. Newcastle have been ripped to pieces, to be quite honest. Mark says the Brit rule. How does it work? Do they have to be completely British? Does Matty Cash count? What if Consa starts playing for Portugal? Homegrown, I believe. I could be wrong. I believe it means they trained as an academy player here in some form. I think that's how it counts. I think you have to be, like Consa changed his nationality to Portugal. He's still homegrown because he grew up and played here. So, like, I don't think that matters if they change their nationality. I just think as long as they're, like, they go through the academy process here, I think that counts as homegrown. Could be wrong, but I've played Football Manager in my time, and I think that's how it worked. But that is a very good question. I like that question. If anyone in the chat actually knows, and if I'm wrong, do say. But I believe that's how it works. Where do you think Villa will finish? I'm a United fan, by the way. I did say earlier in my stream, I actually have no idea. I think Villa are the hardest team to predict, other than probably Luton Town. Because I just have no idea. I think we could go anywhere from. It sounds silly, I know you'll laugh, but we could challenge for top 4, a bit like Newcastle, or we could have a drop off and finish 10th. I have no idea. And that's kind of exciting, really. I think the Europa Conference League will be a bit of a problem, and we could struggle with in the latter part of the season, and we could have drops off in the Premier League. A little bit like West Ham, as they started to struggle in the Premier League because they focus more and more on Europe. We could be seeing that. But who knows? Unai, while being a Villa fan with Unai Emery, the sky's the limit, I didn't think we'd get top 7, and yet here we are. But it's the same Villa. I actually really am. It rolls off the tongue. I've had so much shit with Dean Smith and Steven Gerrard since we've been in the Premier League. Villa 0 just rolls off the tongue. It's so funny. Oh man, let's not ignore the fact Villa got the easiest fixtures in the summer series. I actually haven't had a look. I've only had a look at the next couple. We'll have to see. Yeah, it's 2-0. It was 2-0 inside 10. It was 2-0 inside 10. Very good start. United had a good buy with Mount. Think he'll fly there. Oh yeah, so the United fan in chat. So Mason Mount, are you pleased with the signing? I think 65 million is a bit steep, personally. But you got to pay more for English players for some reason. Here's Matty Cash for Villa. Cash into McGinn. McGinn, that's a heavy ball. And I know Philigine's quick, but he isn't that quick. It's a goal kick to Newcastle. Our transition, though, from midfield to attack is very fast and very efficient. And if this is what we can do in the Premier League, I think we'll do very well. Because Newcastle haven't even come close. Yeah, Newcastle did have shit squad depth. I'll give you that. They really did. Long ball through, and there's no offside flag. Big chance to Newcastle. Oh, it's a goal back. It's a goal back. There was no offside. As Villa, we love to play the high line, don't we? And both Alexandra Isak and Anderson were both onside as the ball went through, and it was a 2-on-1. Ezri Konsa sliding, trying to do as much as he can to put off Anderson, but he remained composed and he slots it in past the foot of Emi Martinez. Yeah, he is on. He is onside. I think Isak isn't, but Isak doesn't touch the ball, so it's fine. That's the problem with the high line, unfortunately. You do face that issue. And we had that even against Brighton in our very last Premier League. Pardon me, very last Premier League game. They had loads of chances that were just marginally offside, which technically, on stats that works, but it's risky. Long ball through to Ollie Watkins, headed away. How you doing? J3YT says yes, AJ. What's good? You join and we concede. I swear that's not the first time. Steep price, but I'd have Mount at Villa. I don't know, but well, look, I like. Okay, let's get my words out because I don't want to say something I'll regret. Mount isn't a bad player. I think he's a little bit overhyped. I just think he's about average, really, for the Premier League. Maybe I'm being really harsh. I've just watched a lot of Mason Mount, and there are times he can be, very good. But there's also times he can be absolutely awful. So, I don't know. I've seen Mount play a lot of England games where he's been so ineffective. So, I don't know. I would rather not have him at Villa. It might sound absolutely crazy, but I think our midfield is strong enough. I don't think he could offer anything that we already don't have, Maybe I'm being harsh. Who knows? A long ball from Emmy towards John McGinn. And a foul's been given for that, which is unbelievable. McGinn does nothing. McGinn just stands there, and the referee gives a foul. I like how we're playing, though. We're definitely all a lot more energised and more competent on the ball. I think it's been brilliant. I think Emmy Buendia has been incredible this game. I want to see more of this Buendia. We didn't see a lot of this Emmy with the last season. You'd have glimpses of this, but he's been incredible. You dodged Brighton in the summer series, lucky. Yeah, I heard about the several goal thriller, especially with, was it Fulham as well? You also had a lot of goals in their game. I'll just have a quick look and I'll discuss it on the stream. Bear with me. I'll find it. Chelsea, yeah, that was it. Chelsea 4, Brighton 3. What a game. Nkunku, Gallagher, Jackson and Mudryk scored. It was 4-1 and they got 2 goals back. Oh my god. And of course Danny Welbeck scored. There's no surprise there. Wrexham beat LA Galaxy's second team 4-0, which is funny. Tottenham Leicester got cancelled. Man City beat Yokohama 5-3. They were 2-0 down in Japan. I can't believe they were 2-0 down. That's kind of funny. What other games? I swear I saw Fulham. I swear I heard Fulham. Yeah, Brighton did have 10 men. Yeah, I'll have a look when the red card was. The red card was when Brighton were actually level. Van Hecker got 2 yellows in 3 minutes. Well, that's kind of his fault, really. And then they had a collapse and conceded 3 goals in 12 minutes. Oh dear. Oh dear. That Mudryk goal was actually sexual. I'll watch it. I'll watch it on. Obviously, I can't show it on stream, but I'll give my review. John McGinn, Philogene, edge of the box. Good save, Dubravka. Philogene's rocket of a left boot causing problems, but it's a good save at the near post by Dubravka. Newcastle just. That was Bruno actually giving the ball away there. A little bit sloppy again from Newcastle United. Also, sorry, but by me reading all that, I've missed a lot of comments. James says, I don't rate Mount at all. He's at United now, so he'll just get lucky. J3 says, where do you think Diaby and possibly Doku fit in this team? Bench players are start. Well, Bailey. Bailey. Diaby will be a starter because he's a record signing, so there's no question. He'll start every game if fit. Doku, we'll see how true that rumour is. I think it'll be a good signing. Depends on how much how much money we pay. And I watched Doku in the Euros for Belgium. I thought he was incredible. The only Belgian player who did well. Every other Belgian player was awful, including De Bruyne. But Doku was the only person who's shown any bit of quality in that abysmal Euro Belgium team. So we'll have to wait and see. Grealish once said in an interview Mount was the hardest player to play against, but Grealish isn't exactly the brightest spark. That's look, he's not. Look, Mount's not awful. He's just very average. That is the nicest thing I'll say about Mason Mount. I'm gonna move on because I keep talking about Mount. Oh yeah, I will watch the Mudryk goal. I will watch it, especially if someone else has guessed it. I will watch it. Swear Brighton had to. I read that. Buendia, his quality. He's not had a straightforward time, but I think he can cook. Buendia can definitely cook. It's just a lot of Villa fans don't like him, and I don't really get it. You can watch it on stream. Watch the Chelsea highlight. I will. The play from it was Jackson to Mudryk tiki taka. Very nice. Balkong says we were 2-0 down in Japan because bums like Phillips were playing first up. Fair enough. So you're a City fan, right? I'm guessing anyway. What is your opinion on Calvin Phillips? Because he's barely played, and yet you paid a lot of money. I don't get it. I don't get why you bought him, to be honest. How well or shit do you think Chelsea will do? I think Chelsea will do better. I don't know about top four because you got to remember they were so bad that it's very hard to go from a team on 44 points to a team fighting for the Champions League. I think they'll make Europe. I just don't know about top four. And say look, this is something I can genuinely see. They get like 5th or 6th, and then next season after that, go top four. It might just be a slow process. But yeah, I think it'll be that. Unique, read my first message. Oh, did I miss it? I did, unless he got censored. That was your first message. Yeah, your message might have just got deleted because there's no other message with you. So, call back the neat comment. Ball through to Watkins. Terrible first touch. That could have been a big chance for Villa. Again, it's Buendia's free ball. But yeah, I think top 6 for Chelsea. I think that's more than fair. Torres will start. Yeah, 100%. You don't pay that money and then don't play him. Then Phillips is at most a Luton Town backup centre. Look, Phillips is a good player, but he's just not utilised. He's not useful for City. So I don't know why they bought him. I really don't get it. They didn't use him. He played pity games for them towards the end of the season. I don't get it, You can have any striker at Villa, no matter price. Who would you pick? I think it's a little bit of a silly question when Kylian Mbappe exists. If I'm trying to think more realistic, even slightly more realistic, I'd probably go. Who's a realistic forward? Ivan Toney. After his ban, there's more realism there. I just think he's top class. Probably needs to put the betting down a little bit, but other than that, he's fine. Heard about a few Prem teams complaining about Maximan going to Saudi. Yeah, but they can complain, but that's still business. Lots of Chelsea players went to Saudi. Some Man City players are interested by Saudi teams. You can complain, but they follow the laws. They follow the rules. You can't stop two businesses, making transfers between each other. Pep bought for the vibes. Lad, when you're getting... Yeah, fair enough, Jeffrey. I said, oi, AJ, it's nice. Unai's team is good. What is this? Oh, the high line is what we do. You know this. A high line is... I'd rather a high line than a low block. I think a high line is a bit more of a entertaining way to play, That's what a lot of... In fact, Man City play with a high line. All the top teams play with a high line. It's the poorer teams that go with a low block. Phillips in the England team's criminal. I couldn't believe that. That's another conversation altogether. I could not believe that. Yeah. Tony would be cheap at the moment. Well, if we bought him knowing that he couldn't play for a while, we probably could get him for a lot less. Because he has to serve quite a long suspension. But I don't know if any team would do that. City could do that, but they don't need to because they have Alvarez and Haaland. I want Unai to try Archer so bad. I'd love it, man. I would love it. How many goals? I'm going to ask the chat here, and I'd love anyone to give their opinion. Preferably the Villa fans, but you know, you'll also have your opinion if you're not Villa too. How many goals do you think Archer would score if he played very regularly for Villa? Say even, look, just for this, say he played every game. How many goals do you think Cameron Archer would score? Because, you know, he's had very good loan spells in the Championship. Okay, thank you, Harry. He's had very good loan spells in the Championship. He did very well for the youth level for England. 10 to 15, I think is a good guess. Yeah, 10, 12, yeah, I'd say that. 28 goals. I'd probably guess, yeah, in between the range of Harry. I'd say maybe like 13, 14. And I think that's more than fair. I think I wouldn't be surprised if lots of teams come in for him, you know. Try and get him on loan or permanent. Middlesbrough fans wanted him permanently. I saw a lot of that on Twitter. They wanted to break the bank for him. 8 goals, 4 assists. Very specific, but I do like that. Jackson has 5 goals and assists, not even 90 minutes played. What position does Jackson play? Because I know Madueke, I'm probably butchering that name, but I know he's like a winger. But what position does Jackson play? Striker. Oh my god, you actually got a good striker? Are you going to ruin another one? Free kick Newcastle. Header from Kotzer is strong. And Villa concede the corner. Oh, the offside flag goes up anyway. 40 minutes gone here. It is Newcastle 1, Villa 2. The game has kind of fizzled out a little bit after the Newcastle goal, but we're still in the lead. Still in the advantage. We give him 9, I'm done. Give him number 99. You know, it's as close as you're going to get without giving him the curse, you know. It's only pre-season. And loads of Chelsea fans hyping this Jackson guy. I mean, with a goal record like that, they're gonna, you know. We did it with Archer last year when he'd scored a lot of goals in pre-season. So you're gonna do it. To think this team is a UCL team, I mean, the majority of this squad that Newcastle are playing right now is their first team. It's just their back line is shocking. Harry, Nico, Jack is better than any striker you've had in the past 10 years. 9 curse doesn't apply to him. We'll see. We'll see. It's the only way he's gassing him is if he's Swedish. I'm very surprised Neuss has an opinion, a positive opinion about a Chelsea player. The usual way Neuss decides to agree with something is if it benefits him in some way, or they're Swedish. Other than that, there's no real reason. So I am surprised. Can't wait until this season where Jackson has a Mudryk and flops. We'll see. I don't like to look for the downfall of young players. I think that's a bit cruel. But saying that, Mudryk himself is not the oldest, is he? It's not his fault that, you know, Chelsea spent 90 million. I mean, you'll see when you watch highlights, AJ, Giannis was incredible. He got like 6 goals for Villarreal. Alright, I'll have a look. I'll have a look on at halftime. If you could send me maybe a link so I can just watch it. I think that'll be nice. Cash on the ball for Villa. 2 minutes to go. There's no real intensity from Newcastle. I think they just want to see this out to half time. There's like 0 press right now. Douglas Luiz. That's nice from Luiz. into Buendia. Kamara. Love to see Kamara back, by the way. One of my favourite players from last season. I was so gutted when he got injured. Mings. We've properly slowed the game now. When this game started, it was very high aggressive press from both teams, and now it's really slow. Mings into Digne. He's got Buendia ahead of him, but he will look backwards instead. I love the current squad, Chelsea squad, more than any other Chelsea squad ever. It's all youngsters with fire in them. Oh, fair enough. Buendia into Digne. Chance for Villa. Buendia, the pass was good, and Digne's cross wasn't terrible, and Villa get a corner out of it. Final score predictions. Actually, I usually give a prediction, but I didn't today. At the start of today, I would have said a 1-1 draw. Knowing it's 2-1 now, I would say it probably will be 3-2 Villa. I think we'll get another, and then they'll score with like 10 minutes to go. But we're coming up to half time. We'll see. Corner for Villa. Diaby playing against Highland teams would be... that's... Yeah. That would be very funny. Corner, looking for Mings just ahead of him. Digne with a side foot. And it's a simple catch for Martin Dubravka. So far, notes to take. Philigine's been great. Buendia is the clearest man of the match award winner I've ever seen. He has absolutely ripped Newcastle to pieces today. John McGinn is definitely... it would have been a contender, but Buendia has just been so good. Watkins with the finish. Hasn't done much other than that, but I mean, that's all you want from your striker, really. Just take your chance and score. The high line has been great, other than one time where they went through and scored. That's it. It's been very good. It's been difficult for Newcastle to break us down, but the problem is, all they need is just that, that one good pass, and suddenly the back line looks a bit shaky. Free kick to Newcastle given as Kamara fouls his man. 4 minutes of added time shown. McGinn, I believe so, yeah. High line with Luca Digne is suicide, I think. Obviously, I don't think Digne will be playing. But I think that's so risky. One of the slowest defenders I've ever seen. Alright, lads, don't cry when it ends 4-3. Oh, man. Guys, 11 of you in the live stream. Please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I know it's late at night. I didn't think I'd get barely anyone today because I knew how late it was going to be, and it's friendlies. Chance for Newcastle! Brilliant save, but it's tapped in by Isak. Oh my goodness me. Villa, not our greatest moment there. And Isak had the easiest goal of his career. Villa have thrown a 2-goal lead away. Just watching this again. Kamara felt he was fouled. Nothing was given. Anderson on the outside of Consta gets the shot away. It's a bit of a mess. Martinez makes the save and Mings tries to clear the ball away. But he kind of flicks it against Digne, which just gives Isak the easiest tap-in ever. Yeah, I don't know what Digne is trying to do there. That is a goal on a plate for Alexander Isak. Just before the end of the first half. Not great. I think we started this game brilliantly. And yeah, defensive mistakes have cost us a little bit. Mings for Villa. I'm glad Digne is not our left back, like our proper left back anyway, because he's just a little bit of a liability, really. McGinn, that's a foul, surely. I do think the goal shouldn't have stood, to be honest. I think it was a foul. There's been a lot of moments in this game where there was a shove like that and the referee's given it, like the one with John McGinn where he literally just stood still and the referee said it was a foul. And then you've got Kamara shoved to the ground with hands on him and nothing's given. So, inconsistencies. Very odd. Target was slower than Digne. I don't think he's slower than Digne. I think you underestimate how slow Digne actually is. I love Philogene. He's my little FIFA manager career young goat. He's great. Philogene's great. I think he's a top class player. Will I give Powell and Tielemans their time? I think, yeah, they're probably going to come on either at half time or like half an hour to go, I'd imagine. Trippier will take the free kick for Newcastle. It's quite far out wide. I gotta say though, from 2-0, a little bit disappointing because this game could have been wrapped up. There was a chance where Watkins was inches away from making it 3-0. Edge of the box chance for Newcastle. Murphy clips the ball forward. Mings heads it away from Isak. Digne through to John McGinn. He does flick it over his man, but there is one defender there saving it for Newcastle United. That should be half time. Dubravka to Trippier. I imagine this is game over. Well, half. It is. That is half time. It's 2-2 in Philadelphia. Yeah, very inconsistent half. I think we started it brilliantly. Our attack has been great. It's just our defence has been shaky, which you could say the exact same thing about Newcastle, really. I think going forward they've been okay, but defensively they've been a joke. Yeah, I think Newcastle are glad that Dummett doesn't play every week, and we're glad that Digne doesn't play every week. That's just what I've got out of that. I will watch some of the highlights from the Chelsea game. Obviously, I can't have it on stream. Just bear with me. Discord, if it was sent to me. I think it was. Oh, I know it was Wisp sending me Harry Wilson's goal. Before I do that, I'm just going to make sure my stream doesn't actually have... Oh, it does. I've got to silence that. 1 second. Oh, what a goal. Left foot. I did actually see that. I didn't realise who that was. I actually have seen that goal before. And Harry says, why can't I have it on stream? It's highlights. Oh, because you're still showing the goals. YouTube, if it's like Twitch or like Kick, it doesn't matter. But YouTube are really serious about stuff like that. I don't know why. It's silly. But yeah. I've seen even like Castro on Twitch do it, but you can't get away with that. And YouTube is so harsh. YouTube is the most strict platform out of all of them. You can't get away with anything. You really want to go to bed? I mean, I wouldn't blame you. It's 1 o'clock. I'm gonna be here until the end of the game, and then I will do like a short review. But it's only another 45 minutes. It's not the end. I'm just watching Twitter replies. Someone in the comments says might have to put the title celebrations on hold now after they scored and made it 2-2. That was it. It was Chelsea. I'm intrigued in the Mudryk goal. Oh, you've sent it. Okay, I was gonna look for it. Oh shit, hang on. Oh, you even have fucking Sky, actual like proper, you know. I didn't think Sky would make their own one. I thought it'd be like a Chelsea made one. That Brighton kit is something else. All right. So they have a corner they take short. Sling across to the back post. That's a lovely cutback into Danny Welbeck, by the way. That's a nice goal. That's a training ground routine goal. Put the ball into the back stick. Put it across. I think it was Mitomo's header across. Chelsea's goal, lovely 1-2. It's a scrappy goal from Nkunku. You have no sponsor. What? What is that kit, by the way? There's like it like glimmers. Or was it the Nike badge? Just like the tick glimmers a little bit. It shines. I've just seen the Venhecke first yellow. Cassidy foul. Oh my god, there is a lot of young players. Oh no, that was the secondary. Why is he sliding like that on a yellow card? Is he alright? Does bro think he was going to get away with it because it's a friendly? Why is he hacking down Chilwell on a yellow? Is my man okay? Again, these 1-2s are so nice. Oh, he gets it back. Oh, that's nice. Yo, what? I'm gonna reload that. That's lovely football. One touch, one touch, one touch, bang. That's so nice. That's actually such a nice goal from Mudrit. Yeah, that's like some FIFA shit. One touch flick, and then half volley, bang. Very nice. That's a very nice finish. And now looking at the third goal. Oh, lovely footwork. Oh, nice. Very nice. Jackson with the footwork. Yeah, this guy looks very... look, it's one friendly. I will say that. I will preface what I'm going to say because it's just one moment I've seen him. But he looks very good on the ball. Very composed. Some players just look very neat. Cucurella with the ball forward. That's a nice finish. Okay, fair enough. I can actually see why Chelsea fans are gassing this player. Because, yeah. He's quick, he's strong, he's good with his feet. Fair enough. And here's the goals back. Oh, that's a silly foul. That's a silly foul, to be fair. Unnecessary from Colville. Not the first time he's conceded a penalty. He's never going to get that ball, so I'm surprised he went in, to be honest. And then the stuttered run up, but a good penalty. Right into the bottom right corner. Jackson is literally a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I really like his footwork in the Mudryk goal was lovely, and then his footwork in the Gallagher goal was really nice as well. I like the assist more than the goal. That's actually really nice. Brighton. The Undav goal for Brighton was pretty good as well. Questionable defensively. Yeah, a little bit sluggish. Is that Chalobah chasing shadows? Cucurella and Chalobah. Who'd have thought? But yeah, Jackson fella looks good. I'll give you that. It is just one game. You never know. He could go on to do more. He could go on to do less. But so far, that's not bad. He'll probably go out on loan. Knowing Chelsea, that is a very common thing they'll do. I wanted Paramount as our sponsor, says Jamza. I mean, they'd probably give a lot of money. We aren't releasing the kit till August 18th. Till we get a sponsor. Is this a training kit? So what was the kit I just watched then? I don't get it. Sorry, Dean, I've just read your comment. He said, I think Emery will definitely go for Europe places in the Prem again. I think we have a good chance of a final in Europe. Harry FC said, imagine getting a red card in friendly. I think he went in for that tackle thinking, I ain't going to get a red card. It's a friendly. Like, it's such a silly foul to make. Like, he hacked him down. Like, there was no option. There was no choice. He had to send him off. Oh, that's your kit without the sponsor. I thought that's what it was, but Harry said, you're not releasing the kit. You've technically released the kit then. It's just you've not released it with a sponsor. Right? Or am I still getting it wrong? The kit doesn't look... It's not a bad kit. Like I said, the Nike tick looks a little bit weird. But yeah, it's not bad. You can't buy it, I see. We haven't released our away kit yet, or our third kit, and I thought we would have for the tour, but you know the first game of the tour now, and we still haven't released it. I thought we were going to release it for like today. No, because I've known for the last week that we're the designated like away team in this friendly, so I thought it's going to be the perfect time to, to release it and then wear it, but apparently not. Away has to come soon, J3. Yeah, you'd think so. I think we rushed the home kit because the bull ring leaked it, and only like an hour after that we decided to release the kit. So I don't know. Your kits are so far clear. I will be the review judge of that. I think I've already seen it on the EA Sports 24 trailer. But I'll have a look again. Man City home kit 23-24. Alright, unbiased review. It is, I will say, I do kind of like it. The collar's okay. I'm not a big fan of a lot of collars on a lot of kits, but this is not terrible. I'm not the biggest fan of Puma, but I don't think they've done a bad job. I like the... it looks like a hair comb. Just like lots of lines down the middle. It's not terrible. It's alright. Look at the away. This is not the... So the new kit we have... It's got the circular badge. This is the last season's kit. I haven't bought a new one yet. I was going to wait to see what the away one would look like. And then I was probably going to buy them together. Because like shipping... Man City away kit. Yeah, shipping is a bit expensive, so I was gonna just buy them both and save money. That decision I thought was great until I'm finding out slowly they just refuse to release the away kit, so I don't know how long I'm gonna wait. I don't think the City away kit has been released yet. Oh, I've seen a leaked one, which has like, it looks like bolts of blue electricity with a red Man City badge. I'll try and show this on the screen. Hang on, it's gonna look a bit scuffed. There you go. So that's what I mean, right? That's the leaked one apparently. So, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of that, if I'm going to be honest. I think the orange looks a bit vile. If you had that in a different color, so like the light blue bolt is fine. The orange is gross. The orange is just vile. I'm not a fan of that. I just don't think it suits the kit. Oh, yeah, your new badge. Yeah, so a lot of Chelsea fans are confused, right? We had a circular badge a very long time ago when we won. In fact, I'll even... Well, it's perfect time to... if you're a Villa fan, there's a chance to show off your European Cup. You're going to show. Bear with me. I've just deleted the overlay and now I'm going to add it again. So when we actually won... the European Cup, we had a circular badge, right? This is 1982. We had a circular badge a very, very long time ago. And then we changed it for the more modern one that we got now. Well, we had, like here. Which I liked it because it was unique. You don't really get this badge shape, like very often. Especially with like a tip here. It was like quite unique, and now we've gone back to the round one. Which... is okay, but it's just loads of teams have round badges. So like it's been done before. I don't think we needed to do this. And the club announced as well that the social media pages won't be changing the badge. So it's just going to be on a kit for a couple of years. So I don't really know what's going on. I feel like they're slowly changing their decision again. They've not fully committed to the round badge, and I'm like, if you're gonna change your badge, properly change your badge, you know. Like Liverpool do it as well, where their badge on their kit is different to the one on their social media, and I just find it weird. But like they're the only other team in the Premier League that does it, and now, well, we do it too. The away has been released now. Oh, the orange kit is the away kit. Going back to the Ice Age. Anthony Gordon coming up. Oh, advantage Villa. The players are coming back onto the pitch for the second half. I'm just going to get the headphones back. How you doing, Fraser? What's good? What is up? Here's a question, not Villa related, but kind of related to the game. How do you think Newcastle will do next season? Because I think this is another interesting topic to discuss. They're in Europe just like us, so they're also difficult to guess really as to where they're going to finish. I think it'll be very hard for them to stay in the top four. I don't think anyone expected them to get in the top four. They started very well. I remember they only lost one game for a very long time. They kind of had a little wobble in the second half of the season. Even we beat them 3-0, and I was at that game as well, which was great. It's probably one of the best games I've ever gone to in person. We ripped them to pieces from minute one. It was great. I said in Josh chat it could be 7th or 6th. I think Newcastle will get a minimum top 6. I think Harry. I think you've kind of nailed that. I think if they got 5th or 6th, I think that's about right. I just think they will struggle to hold on to their top 4. If they go out of the Champions League early, I think they've got more of a chance. Oh, they're making some subs. I see Botman's getting ready. The main man's coming. I'll give a classified check of all the subs as soon as I can. Jams has said, I said to my mate that Newcastle will never be out of the top 4. Now like City. Well, that's the point, actually. I remember when City had their takeover. Ever since they got in it, they never got out. I forgot about that. That is a good point. Once they broke in, they didn't break out again. So that's a very good point. And now Newcastle also have that oil money. And they got even more than a lot more than Man City. So that is a very good point to raise. So maybe they will. But I think City, not only City had money, they also had a lot of people, they don't want to admit it. But they had an incredible scouting team. They always had a good plan with managers. They were very well run. They've been very well run since they were purchased. And I'm not a biggest fan of Man City, but I respect them in the fact that they've done very well. They've done very well. They are the blueprint almost to follow. The subs are flooding through. There are loads coming on. Murphy's off. Isak's off. It feels like a whole squad change almost. I've seen a horde of Newcastle players come on. I'll give the full list. The first one, Lewis Miley, a 17-year-old's coming on for Tonali. That's the first sub that's come through on my phone. Wilson is on as well. I've just seen Wilson actually on the ball, so he definitely came on. Oh, I didn't. No, the timer's automatic because it's from a website, so I don't have to manually do that. We're going back down to 10th next season. Oh man, even that though, we've come a long way from a side battling relegation. Oh my god, Olsen's on. We've made subs and I'm scared. Pau Torres has come on. Diego Carlos, I think, has come on. And Robin Olsen has come on. Oh, whatever I've said about us winning, I'll take it back. I'm wrong. I am wrong. I take it back. I take it back. Newcastle are flooding with goals now. Poor Pau Torres. His first bit of football with Villa is Olsen behind him. Philogene pulls it back. Good pull back. Oh, the post and a goal with Buendia. But the flag might be up. Oh no, there's no flag. It's 3-2 to Aston Villa. Lovely finish from Emi Buendia. As soon as I'm negative, I change my mind. Villa score as once again we play out from the back and it leads to a goal. Ollie Watkins picking the ball up deep. Lovely. I've got to say, that's such a nice layup to Buendia, who creates the goal. He slots it in through Philogene. He cuts the ball back. Finds Watkins, who hits the post. And Buendia is there to tap it in. So close. Oh my god. That's such a nice goal from Buendia. Fair enough. The goalkeeper is not far away from keeping that out. Poor Dubravka. He did it. He made a great save, actually, to be quite fair. That's a really good save. But he just couldn't stop Emi Buendia from scoring. Wilson came on for Isaac. Manquillo came on for Jacob Murphy. Some of these subs still need to be changed. Bear with me. Because I know we've bought more players on than that. I'm only getting... For some reason, it's telling me we've only made one sub, and I know that's wrong. Why don't Villa get another back? Oh, well, we need more than one. Mate, put me in goal. I'll do more than Olsen. I'll still stick by 4-3. That, with Olsen in goal, that's not even that crazy. Anthony Gordon could probably score. I've just seen Jolinton on as well. Bloody hell. Can the subs go through quicker than this, please? Lascelles came on for Trippier, apparently. 50 minutes gone here. Newcastle 2, Aston Villa 3. Jolinton came on for Bruno Guimaraes. That's so far 5 subs for Newcastle. Can I please see you in goal? No, thank you. I'm 5'11" as well, so I'd be really short for a goalkeeper. I know keepers, historically need to be like 6'2", 6'3". I would donate for that. Yeah, I should play in like a Villa charity game in goal, yeah? AJS, you got a season ticket for Villa? I do not. I try and go for like 3 or 4 games a season because I am a university student, so I don't actually have a lot of money. But I went to 3 or 4 games last year, and I'll probably try and do the same again this year. I cover a lot of games on this channel anyway, but I do like to do vlogs. Vlogs are fun. My Villa Newcastle vlog got over like 2,000 views on it, so people are interested. So I do want to continue with the vlogs when I go, but because I'm a student, I'm probably gonna aim for about 3 or 4. They'd have to be charitable with you and go. Oh man, I used to play. It was a while ago now. It's like 5 years ago now, which is a very long time. But I did used to play football. For my 6th form. It feels like so long ago now. I've tried to play again like a year ago, and I've lost it, man. Honestly, I've put on a lot of weight since then as well, and I'm so less nimble now. I used to be so nimble on my feet. I actually had pace. I had pace on me, and I used to be. I'd read the game very well, and the way I can word it to the way I understand is my body could keep up with my brain, and then when I last played, I couldn't. I knew what I wanted to do, but I couldn't move quick enough, and that's just what it is. If you stop playing, it's old age, and I put on weight, so it affected me. And it just really fucked my head because I just know my movement used to be a lot better than that, and it messes me a little bit. But yeah, I'm 23 now, and I feel like 53. Was the third goal very nice? It was built up from the back. It was a really nice goal. We played the ball we sprayed the ball to the middle of the park, got it out wide. Philogene Bidace put the ball into the box, and eventually Buendia tapped in a rebound. Botman came on for Shaw. Dan Burn came on for Anderson. Newcastle made 7 changes. Cross in. Gordon's header is well over 50p head, as we used to call it. Terrible header from Anthony Gordon. Villa get a goal kick. I want to see more of the Villa changes. They're just really what I'm using right now is really slow. I might just go on Twitter just to see because I thought a flash score would be a lot quicker with the Villa changes. Give me a second. So we made 4 changes. Olsen, Carlos, Powell, and Kellyman came on. Oh, that's interesting. By the way, I also got it wrong. I thought it was Ollie Watkins who hit the post. It was Amari Kellyman's shot that was tipped onto the post and Buendia followed it in. I thought it was Watkins. It actually was Kelly. I didn't. Well, I would have thought it was Kellyman, but I didn't know he came on because I wasn't told and I didn't have my headphones in. But it's a 17-year-old academy player, Kellyman. That would have been incredible if he scored. Moments coming on. Someone born in 2005 is playing for Villa. I feel so old. I've also missed some comments, so I apologise. You're talking like you're 40. Thanks, Mark. I used to be top goal scorer in my under-13 league. Retired since. What ACL for you? The thing is, the running joke that people have is, I could have gone pro if it weren't for my knee, right? That's like the usual joke. You actually done your ACL, so you can genuinely say that. I actually love that. Because people would be like, oh, yeah, right. And you're like, nah, my ACL went. Yeah, I find that funny. I used to just be able to dive now. I can't. Let's just say I can't. Anthony Gordon's shot is saved, and it is a tap-in. Fucking hell. Robert Olsen is so bad. Olsen is so bad. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, he's so bad. He's just so bad. He has spilt the shot on a plate. He's awful, man. Lovely ball from Lascelles to Anthony Gordon. First time shot from him is beaten away by Olsen. And, Callum Wilson with the easiest goal he'll score. What is Olsen doing? What is he doing? Tip it round the post. Anything but that. They might as well just let Gordon's shot go in. Please, let's pay Saudi Arabian teams to buy him. Like, they don't have to give us anything. How does this man play for Sweden? Olsen's given the ball away. And Pau Torres has to intercept across, heading towards Wilson. Olsen, man. Nah, Olsen's so bad. Olsen is so bad. He's so bad. He managed to cost us, right? He cost us against Stevenage in the FA Cup. We lost in the last minute against Stevenage at home because Olsen conceded at his near post. We lost to Man United in the Carabao Cup because of Olsen, because he gave the ball away to Bruno Fernandes and he scored. This man single-handedly knocked us out at 2 tournaments. He's so painfully bad. It's not even funny. This was the goalkeeper we had when we lost 4-0 to Newcastle. They ripped him to pieces. Like, whenever I see Martinez is struggling, I worry because I know how bad he is. I'd rather have any like under 15s keeper put him in. He'll do more. He'll do more. Backup goalkeeper, honestly, get Bosnich out of retirement. You know, what's Petr Cech doing these days? You know, that's the level. Oh, he's giving the ball away again. He's giving it away again. Oh my goodness, mate. He's killing me. He's killing me. He's actually killing me. I can't with this man. He's gave them a goal and he's given the ball away twice. He's only been on the pitch for a few minutes. I cannot with Olsen. I just can't with Olsen. He's a nightmare. How you doing, Jake? Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just having a meltdown over our goalkeeper. Be nice, chat. Be nice. Buendia rolls it back. Good interception from Joelinton, to be fair. I can't with this man. Olsen's so bad. He's so bad. Oh, I would take the heads. Oh, well, I wouldn't because the money he's on is stupid. But if he was on a normal wage, 100%. Oh, you don't realise how bad Olsen is. Please, I implore you to watch games of Olsen for Villa. You'll see our pain. He's one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever seen. And I knew it. And when we signed him from Sheffield United, they said it. Their fans were saying it. He's dreadful. And I worried because, you know, you gotta, when you're buying a player, you always should look at what the fans are saying from the team you're buying him from. And if they're laughing, that's not a good sign. Oh, God, man. Philogene, Binet, Sevilla, Kamara. Back to Philogene. This is nice football, actually, from Villa, to be fair. Kamara goes long into Emi Buendia. It's a chance for Villa. Buendia with a heavy touch. Goes round the keeper and puts it... Well, he actually had an open goal for a second there. Because he went round Dubravka and then stumbled. That really should have been 4-3 to Villa. Lovely ball from midfield again. A lot of the goals have been like long balls from midfield. Philip Schofield will be a good goalie, I reckon. There's a joke in there somewhere. He would do more than Olsen. There's so many jokes I want to say. I'm not getting cancelled. Anyway, since he's... Yeah. I'll leave it with that. 4 out of 6 goals have been tapping. Oh my God. Maybe Schmeichel. Peter, that is. Peter, Casper's son. Any of the Schmeichel family. I would take. And now we're gone it. Newcastle 3, Aston Villa 3. It's been, I will say, it's been a good game. I've enjoyed this game. Is Anthony Gordon in the box? Still Gordon goes down, and that probably... Well, I'd love to see that again because it did look like a penalty from first viewing. And Eddie Howe's not happy. I do want to watch that again. If that's Villa, I'd be screaming for that. Keeper's having a mid-off. Raya's more than a backup there. David Raya deserves to actually play. I would get Scott Carson. Carson's third choice City keeper. Get him. I would actually have I don't even care if we got who's that other fellow we had? Oh, Chats of Villa. Ollie Watkins in the clear. Watkins. Actually, it's Kellyman again. Oh, Kellyman. He's had an open goal and he couldn't score. He's 17. I'm not going to get on his back. But he had an open goal and he couldn't score. I thought it was Watkins. I see a fast player scrolled out in a striking position. I think it's what I need to not presume it's Watkins. That's a run Watkins would make. But it was Kellyman and he couldn't finish. His first shot was parried. His rebound was cleared off the line. Would you say you need another good strike? I mean, it wouldn't hurt. Striking competition is always good. We got Watkins and Archer. As long as Archer doesn't go out on loan, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But if one gets injured, we're in trouble. So we probably just need one. We don't even have to break the bank. Just get someone half decent, you know, just to contend for the first team. Villa gonna make more changes. Tielemans straight away. I can see. I can't wait to see him. I think he'll be a top class player. Luca Digne is gonna come off. Olsen to the desktop bin folder. Here we go. A deal has been agreed. Unai Emery's Aston Villa after Olsen puts in another dead foot. Oh, yes. Sebastian Revan's going to come on. Watkins is coming off. I'm surprised with that. Kamara off as well. Tielemans. Archer's on. Happy days. So can we... Cameron Archer has half an hour. So I gas up Archer any chance I get. So if he can not let me down now, that would be great. I reckon Archer will score. He's got half an hour. Dubravka's been a bit shaky. I think Archer will score. But we'll see. I didn't actually catch all the subs because I was too busy looking myself. Tielemans and Archer, well, the two main subs, and Seb Revan as well. 17-year-old has been shaky as well. He's been all right. He's just, I mean, he's hit the post and he missed the tap in, so he's done. At least he's been influential, you know. Villa get a free kick. He's making runs. Like, I'd rather a player miss a million chances than not have any, you know? Because at least if he's missing chances, he's getting in the right positions. Because you got players, you'll say, oh, they don't miss many, but they don't, you know, their runs aren't great. They're not found often. They'll have like one shot a game. I'd rather someone have a flurry of them and not score. Because at least he's trying, you know? He's getting into those. He's getting into the positions. He's causing problems. He's making defenders think. He's making the move. 63 gone. Still 3-3 between the two sides. Elsewhere, we do have goals in the MLS League Cup. Just give me a second. I've not really been covering it, but I know some people here are obviously from that continent, so I thought I'd include it. New York City are 1-0 down to Atlas. Cincinnati lost 2-1 to Sporting Kansas City. Oh no, sorry, it got interrupted. Oh dear, that game actually didn't finish. It got interrupted. It was 2-1 to Sporting Kansas. And that game has stopped. I'll have to find out why. Columbus Crew is delayed. Their game against St. Louis City. I was wondering why some of these games haven't gone through. Nashville is a 1:30 kickoff, so that'll be in a few minutes. Brian says 3 weeks until Premier League start. True. I'm excited, looking forward to it. Can't wait for Villa to decide my mental health again. We move. Archer wrestling, and that'll probably be a foul the other way. It will be. Free kick to Newcastle. Archer shoved Lascelles over. Don't ask me how. Jamel Lascelles is a big bloke. He has managed to shove over Jamel. Anything can happen. Tielemans going to score a long shot. I think he'll hit a couple this season, I reckon. 3 weeks until Villa can decide on my voice condition. Archer, he's a unit. He absolutely bullied Lascelles then. 11 shots for both teams. It's been quite an even game. Like I said before the game, I'd have said this had probably been a 1-1 draw. But like possessions even, shots are even. Yeah, I've just seen that on the overlay. It's been pretty much neck and neck. Two very good teams. Questionable defensively, but two very good teams. None of these games so far in the series have been one-sided. Actually, it has been. From the looks of it as well. I didn't watch the Chelsea game, but 7-goal game. Goals were very nice as well. It's entertainment. When our away top, I don't know. Like I said, I've been delaying buying the home kit because I wanted to buy the away one with it, so I didn't have to pay for extra shipping. But then it's just taking forever anyway. So I probably should have just bought the kit and then moved on. It's so dumb. Brentford beat Fulham. That was it. I looked for that Fulham game. I couldn't find it. We're playing on par with Champions League side up the Villa. I mean, we're a very good side as well. You got to remember when Unai Emery took over, we were like 5th from bottom. So he's took us from that to top 7. I think since Unai's come in, we've been level with Newcastle. The fact we beat him 3-0, I think, says it all. Seb Revan with a header into Aaron Ramsey, not Jacob. I will just call him Ramsey. You're just going to have to remember that it's Aaron Ramsey. Jacob's still injured from the Euros, which I'm still upset by. I'm glad they held up his shirt when they won it. I thought that was sweet. Because he was quite influential. He thought Brentford... Fulham beat Brentford. Oh, dear. Away top, if it is what it looks like, so beautiful. I'm not going to believe... Some leaks are just bollocks, so I'll just believe what I see when it comes out. Villa are going to finish higher than... I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think, look, opinion on... I know this is, again, it's not Villa, but it's something to talk about, right? Because it's something I've discussed a little bit with like some of my friends. Declan Rice, 100 million. Was it 105 in total? Was that a good signing? I know there's Chelsea fans in the comments, but put your bias aside. Was Declan Rice for 105 million a good signing? Because I like Rice. I think Rice is an incredible player. I just think for Arsenal, 105 is a lot of money for someone who plays holding midfield. If it was 105 going to Man City, great signing. Fantastic signing. World-class signing. Because they already have an unbelievable team, right? It doesn't matter. They're building on an already insane team. But Rice to Arsenal, that doesn't take Arsenal from a side finishing second to fighting for the title for the whole season. They dropped off, right? They didn't compete for a title for the whole season. They did most of it. I just don't think, Declan Rice takes them from that to neck and neck with Man City. You're going to spend 100 million. It can't really be on a holding midfielder. Look, if they paid 75, that's a bit undervalued for West Ham. Look, fair enough to West Ham. They've got their value, right? But if you offer me 100 million for Jack Grealish or 105 million for Rice, I'm picking Grealish. Because Grealish will, he'll create and he'll score. Rice, with defensive midfielders, it's hard to value their stats because their job obviously isn't to score goals. But it's hard to value that without, there's no metric. You've got clean sheets, but, the whole defense shares that. You've got interceptions and blocks. But then some players in the lower half of the table had, I think he was in the top 95% percentile. But, there are still players, below him in the table who did a bit more than him in terms of interceptions and blocks. So, I just think 105 million is just a lot. Kai Havertz is a joke. Look, that is one I'm not... He could do well for them. I don't see it. Havertz, for me, is one of those luxury players that can provide something in a big game, but he's not a seasonal player. This is someone who has a similar goal record to Gabriel Agbonlahor. And from experience, that is just not someone you need if you want to compete at the top level. What was it? Was it 65? You said 67.5 million. You've absolutely pulled the trousers down there. I think that's a ridiculous amount of money for Kai Havertz. What is his best position? Can someone tell me? Because I've watched him a lot, and I still don't know what his best position actually is. He's played, what do they call it? The false nine. He's played on the wing. He's played as a cam. Or an attacking midfielder. My FIFA brain comes through. He's played as an attacking midfielder. He's been played nearly everywhere across the front. I still don't know what his best role is. I still don't know. They're trying to play him as a right centre mid. It's so funny. It's so funny to me. He had that one good game for Germany last year. I just thought Cameron Archer was through on goal, but there was clearly an offside there. He had that game against who was it? He scored a couple of goals for Germany. Was it Costa Rica? I think he was in the group, and he got a couple of goals and he played quite well. I was watching the Japan game at the time, but then I was flicking over every now and then. He had a good game there, but that's what I mean. He has moments, Yeah, I don't think anyone knows. But yeah, a combined 130 million for Havertz and Mount. That just feels like money laundering. 130 million for players who couldn't be asked when you were 12th or 13th. Can I just say, by the way, my criticism of Mount for leaving, Mount is supposed to be proper Chelsea. He's supposed to be someone who lives, breathes, and bleeds blue, right? You've just had one of the worst seasons in your club's history, and his thought is to not stay there another year and fix it. His thought is to fuck off. What? He forces his way out. What is that about? He's supposed to bleed blue. He's supposed to be one of, your iconic players, your Champions League winning players. Someone, in 30, 40 years, you can look back and say, Mace, I was watching Mason Mount play. And he's done this. I just find it so weird. Wouldn't you want to put the wrongs right? Wouldn't you want to have at least one more season where you get Chelsea back into the top, at least the top 10, if not, surely Europe. But the fact he forced his way out is just so weird to me. Like, look, obviously this is different, but say I play for Villa. I love Villa. Say I play for Villa, and you got to put your career first, right? In some things, but say, like Villa played poorly for a season. I'd wanna do everything I can to be part of the solution, not the problem. But he'll be forever remembered as an academy player who was there for a long time. He did win a Champions League, but then left when it got tough. He's got the memory that people will remember for the Champions League, whatever. He will always be remembered for the free ball into Havertz and he scored. But some cynical Chelsea fans will say, well, he fucked off when times got hard. So Grealish should have stayed with you longer. Guy can't finish to save his life, never mind actually beating the fullback in a 1v1. He's growing into a City player. I think his first year he was pitiful. Last year he was slightly better. I think some people overhyped him last year. He was good, but he wasn't anywhere near like we've seen at Villa. We've yet to see, I think some of you in chat will agree, we've yet to see Villa Grealish at Man City. We've seen it in glimpses, but Grealish at Villa was, 9 out of 10 every week. The only player sometimes in games where would do anything going forward. And at Man City, he will show that, but not every game. I've still yet to see that Villa Grealish come out. I think partly down to how Pep sets up, but yeah, maybe time will tell. Maybe next year he'll grow even more. He's just won the treble with Man City, so he's not doing too badly, I guess. And he even started the final. He was terrible in the final, but he did start it. Another long ball through towards Archer. He will get there first as well. He's got options with him. He might go alone, actually. And I think he tried to do too much there. Lascelles robbed him. But yeah, that's my take anyway. Grealish, he's doing a lot better. I think people will see how he's done this year compared to last year compared to the year before, because of how bad he was doing the year before. That they're gonna gas him up. But he's football isn't done on paper, but his stats weren't amazing. They were good, but for 100 million you would expect more. Would Villa fans ever accept a Grealish return? I think so. I think people were a little bit upset because his choice of words weren't great. So a lot of people have always said to me, "Oh, why wouldn't you want Grealish to move on to a massive club and win trophies?" I wanted him to. It's just a year before he left, he said he loved Villa, and he signed a 5-year deal, and he said he wanted to be part of the project, and then left a year into the project. So if he wanted to leave, then just don't say that. He said he wanted to be part of a project. At the same time, he put a clause in his contract to leave. So you can't say one thing and mean another. I get why he wanted to leave. Fair enough. I don't blame him, but I just wish he said. He didn't need to say that. He just needed to, sign a deal and then keep short. Don't say that he wants to be part of the project when it's not true. I'd have him back. I think he would be accepted back. He's a Villa fan after all, and he's got family that support Villa. I think it could be like an Ashley Young thing when he comes back in his late 30s. That will be my guess. Time will tell, but I'd like it. I think it'd be nice. Lukaku's biggest fraud to exist. How can you bottle 2 chances and blah? I can't believe he missed that tap-in. What annoyed me about the UCL final was Man City were pretty shit, and they still won. But that, does show how good Pep Guardiola is. But City were terrible in that final. I'd rather have them battered Inter and won 4 or 5-0 than me just be upset that City now have a UCL because Lukaku is a fraud. Like, that's all it is. Lukaku missed big chances, and it's the reason why City are now European Cup winners. How you doing, Dean? Thank you for the £2. Said pre-season, not shocking. Olsen definitely out. Well, Olsen out is the biggest thing I ever will agree on you with. Olsen is a joke. I don't want him anywhere near. Anywhere near. But thank you for the £2, Dean. At least I agree with that. Defensively a bit shocking, but this is Newcastle, so and it is a friendly. Friendlies mean so little, so I'm not going to be too upset. We don't look too bad going forward. Like I said, Emi Buendia and John McGinn look very sharp. Philogene Bidace, I think, is a talent, and Kellyman, I think, has done quite well since coming on. 17 years old, and he doesn't look out of place at all. Dean Rickett says, now Villa in Europe and Grealish has won the treble. Do you think a part of Grealish wishes he could have loaned to us this season as we were in Europe? Well, no, I think Grealish is just looking maybe long-term at another club. I can see Grealish leaving City for another team in a few years. I can see him even going abroad maybe. Like, he's got his treble. I just think Grealish wants to, do more and more and more in his career. I think he wants to play every game for England, and he wants to play at the top level. Sorry, I've also missed some of your comments, so if I have, just let me know as well, because I sometimes go on a tangent, and then there's like 10 new comments, and I miss them. You could put a bunch of wingers left wing for City, and they'll do the same, if not better. His best attribute is getting fouled in the first phase of play. He does dribble very well. I don't think he's the biggest standout in Manchester City's front line. But, I mean, he could still grow as a player. We'll have to wait and see, really. That was a comment I missed anyway. Harry said he won't have legs at 30. He might not, to be fair. He might not. We should have scored multiple times, to be honest. Foden's miss had my eyes crying for days after that Yeah. Jamza said, seeing how much he loved Inter, he didn't answer their calls, so they pulled out. So you might have to go to Juventus, who said he would never play for. I don't think he'd do that. I don't really get Lukaku. I think he's a good player, but he just seems to be hated where he goes. Like, United fans started to hate him. Chelsea fans hate him because of the interview. Inter fans like him, but he got a lot of stick for the final. So I don't know if he knows where to go, Watkins is looking fire, but he could do it. But could he do it on a Sunday, Thursday in internationals? Maybe not. Olsen is negative. Olsen is out. 2 negatives make a positive. Yeah, you can't lie though, says J3. A lot of Haaland's goals comes from Grealish. I'd say the biggest link up was Haaland and De Bruyne, no? Maybe Grealish is up there, but I think the one of the biggest stats from last season was De Bruyne feeding Haaland. But it is De Bruyne, so. Difference is Grealish was the main man for us season for City. Yeah, he'll never be. So maybe we'll never see that true Villa Grealish at City because, they're more than just a one-man team. And that's another thing I'm going to say. Grealish leaving gave us 100 million and we built a squad. That squad now is fighting, for Europe. We got top 7. All from the back of Salah and Grealish. So, maybe he did more for us than we think or give any credit for. Who knows? Is Revan into Chambers. He goes for goal and it doesn't go very far. Gets deflected. We still keep the ball. Seb Revan, left-hand side. Creeping into the box now. Back to Chambers. He goes for goal again. And again, it's the same outcome. It's another block. Lots of these younger lads are putting up a great game against Newcastle. Revan's done well. He's on the ball again as well. Revan on the byline. Step over. Cross. And we get a corner from it. Grealish to Juventus or Milan. I think Grealish would suit. What country would Grealish suit? Grealish would probably suit Italy. It's a bit slower. I think that would suit him very well, actually. Gucci basically sponsor. Lukaku should. Lukaku for the Saudi league is probably the biggest. Yeah, you could be his agent. That's the best idea I've seen for him so far. Lots of money. He's kind of famous. He's dating someone famous. You know, he'd probably do well there because the league's not great. It's getting better now though, with more players going there. A lot of attacking players, not many defensive players going there. Other than, well, you got Koulibaly, Kante, the goalkeeper Mendy. But there's a lot more attacking options who've gone there than defensive ones. Grealish will go to Spurs or something in max 2 years. He's like 29, and honestly, I can't see how he'll improve to be a star man. Well, we'll see. And even if say he starts to drop off now, like City fans shouldn't really care because he won a treble. So like, he's done his job, I guess. He's not been a world beater, but he's done enough, and that's what he'll just be enough. Hendo gone to Saudi is crazy, by the way. He's been Liverpool. That's money laundering. He's been awful for Liverpool for a long time. So the fact he's gone there is quite funny. Do you think Saudi will try get to the Champions League? Well, I worry though because if we give them access to it, then there's even more incentive to go there. So that's my concern. You know, we're already struggling trying to keep hold of players in Europe, but you give them Champions League, it's going to be even harder. Plus, it's the UEFA Europa Champions League. They're not in Europe. It's as simple as that. You can't really be in a European Cup if you're not in Europe, no? They could bend rules for money. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. But Saudi Arabia are not a European country. Yeah. It would be, yeah. It's as silly as it is, money talks, you know? So, like, it sounds preposterous, right? I agree. It sounds completely crazy. But, like, money talks, innit? They offer a lot of money. Are UEFA going to say no? UEFA are not exactly... I wouldn't say UEFA are corrupt. But... yeah, I don't know. I think if a lot of money's on the table, I think it'll be hard for them to say no. Jams Sale reckons Saudi Arabia could end up bidding for the Premier League in a few years. Well, again, it sounds... I see that, I think, is a bit harder to agree with. Like, they'd probably try it. They definitely would try it. But I think that's where they'd draw the line. I think the Champions League's more realistic. Because teams already travel anyway, right? If you go into Turkey, not far away from Turkey is Saudi Arabia. Like, that's going to be their case, right? Outer skirts countries in Europe, they're not a million miles away, you know, from places like Saudi Arabia, from Qatar. It's not a million miles away. So that's going to be the argument. We'll see. I wouldn't really be in support of it, but I can see it happening. Qatar made their way into the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Oh, that could be foreshadowing for other stuff. Qatar, though, got stupid money. Same with Saudi, they got stupid money. I mean, to buy the Premier League... they own... Oh, you mean they own it? I thought you mean that some of their teams would try and come over. Because I know, like obviously it's a lot different, but teams in Wales have tried to get into the English Football League. Some Scottish teams have tried to do it. Not very successful. Saudi Arabia could try and buy the Premier League. I wouldn't be too upset because it would change some rules and laws where, like the Premier League, you know, we could make a lot more money in this country if games are televised. If every game is televised. And if you've noticed, there's a lot more changes now to push that. So more games are being shown. The EFL this season will have more live games than ever before. So they're pushing for it. Games are not going to be, 3 o'clock Saturday as much anymore because that's a way to bypass the rule, the blackout rule. So I just think if they got rid of it altogether, their worry is attendances would plummet. I don't think so. I really don't think so. Because, games are on TV and they don't affect, I've seen, Liverpool, Man United be an early kickoff on Sky and it still doesn't affect other teams. People are just a bit scared of what it could do. We could have a trial year. Say attendances are affected. We could go back, say we tried it. It's better than doing nothing, That's my take. Anyway, I've not really been talking much about the game because the game has kind of fizzled a little bit. I've said this before. I will talk about a game less and less if the game is, the more entertaining and exciting the game is, the more I'll talk about it. But I don't want to. It would get dull if I'm just right now. Newcastle are doing sideways passing inside their own half with a little bit of pressing from Villa. But you can clearly tell that there's no real incentive to win this game. So I'd rather talk to chat until something exciting happens. How many years until Wrexham get in the Prem? Well, they're in League 2 now. So mathematically, it could be as little as 1 year in League 2, 1 year in League 1, 1 year in the Championship. So after 3 years, realistically, it's going to be more. I think they could do it. It could be like a Luton story, but with money. Luton at least did it like the proper way. The proper way, I guess, where they don't spend stupidly to get all the way through. I think 8 years is like a fair guess from Harry. I think it could be around that. I think they will get there eventually. Because their funding is very good. They're one of the richest teams in League 2. I think their squad is mostly of League 2 players. They bought them in the National League. The offside flag has gone up. Newcastle did make it 4-3, but the flag was up well before the ball was put into the back of the net. Yeah, well offside. Well offside. Only a few minutes to go here. It's still 3-3. Very little has happened since Newcastle's equaliser. Neither side have really done anything. 4 minutes of added time will be shown. I think Deadpool will accept that. We've got a lot of games coming up for friendlies. I will be streaming them all on this channel. After today, Fulham in 3 days. That's another midnight game. Brentford 3 days after that on the 30th is a 5 o'clock kickoff. Lazio at 7:30 and Valencia at 8 o'clock. That's all the friendlies. They will be all streamed here. Unfortunately, Fulham Villa is midnight. I will say, I'm not looking forward to that overly. Oh, there's a chance for Newcastle. Oh, they tried to play advantage with the foul, but they didn't lead to anything. There was a big chance for Jolinton, but his pass was intercepted. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of Villa Fulham. I don't mind midnight games. I like the fact it's Newcastle. I was looking forward to today because it's Newcastle. I'm just not really bothered by Fulham, but I will be live for it. And hopefully it will be an exciting, entertaining game. I also will probably make sure I get some sleep because I've been very tired for this whole stream. And you've probably noticed I've mixed up a lot of my words today because my brain is just... Yeah, I'm very tired. So I'll try and get proper sleep for the Fulham game. So I don't have to... be babbling on. Only thing keeping me awake is some beer, which is what I've literally, that's what I've been doing. I think Wolverine should buy out Cardiff City just to annoy Deadpool as a close rival. That would be funny. Oh! Header on goal from Diego Carlos. Villa get another corner. Oh, sorry, it's Chambers. I'm going to put my headphone in for that. Oh yeah, it was Callum Chambers. I glanced, I saw Carlos at no post. I read chat and I see a header and I thought it was Carlos. Revan goes for a slice. Oh, sorry, it's Young. There's another sub that we made. Young came. When did Young come on? Was I talking to chat too much? Oh, Philogene went off. And that's my fault. Sorry, chat. I was reading too much. Caden Young came on for Philogene Bidace. That was the latest sub. And Harvey Barnes came on for Matt Target. See, this how bad this game has been, right? I literally missed the substitution. AJ's of course. Even though Callum Chambers is whiter than me. Dan Burn holding the ball up. That's a poor ball from Dan Burn, actually. Tielemans for Villa. Poor first touch. Pau Torres into Tielemans. I did say 4-3. Yeah, we got less than a minute to go. I mean, you kind of cooked. You said there was 6 goals. Well, you said there was going to be 7 and there's 6. So mini cook in there. And I would have predicted. Well, as soon as Olsen came on, I thought he was actually going to be correct. Yeah, Caden Young got fouled by Burn. Dan Burn is terrible. Dan Burn is actually, he was awful against. I said 3-2. Yeah. I also failed to cook. I mean, I did kind of cook because it was 3-2. Just not very long. So in between our predictions, there you go. A little bit of cooking. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be it. Tielemans with the free kick. And it's punched away, and I think that's going to be full time. It is. That is game over. It's 3-3 for our first proper friendly after the Walsall game. It's not a bad result, but we were 2-0 up after 10 minutes. So the fact that we failed to win the game, there's a little worry there. It's just a friendly though, so I probably shouldn't look into it too much. Defensively, Digne was terrible. Olsen, I'm not going to talk about it. I thank you all for watching. I will be live again for Aston Villa versus Fulham in 3 days' time. Again, it's another midnight game, so make sure you stay awake, you get your sleep in, have a good night's sleep for that day, and you can join me for all the pre-season games now. I did miss the first one with Walsall. Not only I was busy for that day, but I knew it'd be the academy team, and I just thought it's kind of pointless because I did the last Walsall game last year. And it was the same thing. And it was a draw as well. So I'm even more glad I didn't do it. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all again very soon. Have a good night's sleep, everyone, especially if you're in the UK. I'll see you again very soon.